All right. Thank you. So for your privacy, let me just remind you, we just started recording. So we're saying all of these things, yeah. So there's this very strong atmosphere of technology, and it's really hitting the African continent hard. And we're really glad that in Nigeria, it's almost as though we're taking even the pace. Like we have the biggest accelerator programs. We can talk about the Skill Up Imo. We can also talk about the 3MTT by the federal ministry, right? There has never been any program in the world that will take up 2 million, talk more of 3 million technical talents. And these trainings, like I was also trying to talk about, is they will be filling up, dynamic roles, job opportunities where you don't have to necessarily convey yourself to any physical location for job daily, Monday to Friday, like they call it the normal 9 to 5, you know, from the comfort of your home or from your workstation or wherever you prefer, you can sell your skills out there and you're going to be paid, paid in dollars, which is a currency that everybody would love to be paid in, right? So that's the main reason for this event, and we have a seasoned a specialist. This is someone that has been into this freelancing thing for a long while now. So this is someone that has been in the freelancing field right now, Ejionye Sylvaline, and she has been with us during this call. You know, it's just very beautiful. In as much as when we talk about, yeah, thank you very much for that clap. When we talk about, technical skills, the first thing people want to think about is coding, you know, web development, software development. That's just what they want to think about, Python and the JavaScript. But the tech field is actually very, very broad, right? It's very, very broad and literally can contain everybody. Now, Sylvaline Iroegbulam is a specialist in virtual assistants, right? You need to see her do this thing. And she freelances on a very popular, freelance platform. And she gets a lot of gigs. She works with a lot of, international firms, organizations out there as, their virtual assistant. And even she is a colleague at one of my workplaces here in the city of Owerri, the DSCP I mentioned earlier, where she also teaches people um, um, the said skill of virtual assistant, right? So I don't want to, speak too much. She's also the founder of Pro Agency, is an agency into um, virtual assistant. If you need virtual assistant for your businesses or all of that stuff, you can reach out to Sylvaline Ejionye for that. She also has fashion institutes where she trains upcoming models and all of that. So all of that and more, we're going to be getting inspired by Miss Sylvaline. So why I started to say this is there's really a space for everyone in the tech space, right? So you mustn't want to code, right? You mustn't want to code. There are lots of things. If you like to sell, there are digital marketing where you can sell your skills for digital marketing. So I don't want to, talk too much. So, Miss Simberlin, you have the floor. You can just say hi and, acquaint yourself with our guest in case I missed out something. So, pardon me. So, you help spell that out. So thank you so much, man.
Good day, everyone.
Good day, ma.
The hype is giving me so much. I hope I can live up to its expectation.
I
Uh,
don't mind that it's not up to.
okay. Am I to do the introduction and then continue with the?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Now go ahead, man.
Okay. Good day, everyone. My name is Ejionye Sylvaline. My Ejionye is my maiden name actually. I'm so quite successful and I've not been able to change my name. I am Mrs. Iroegbulam Ejionye Sylvaline. I'm a mother. I'm also a wife and a sister. I'm a virtual assistant tutor at Case at the moment. I'm currently a founder and CEO of a new startup called the Vapro Agency, um, and also a founder for um, a telemedicine platform called Ethical Healthcare and a modeling agency called Silver Mega Agency. And there are small reasons behind. My father would tell you that there is no market, but there is, as long as there is a problem somewhere, there is a solution, and that solution is automatically a market. It's for you to actually look down and then see how you can tap from it. Um, for the telemedicine platform, the idea behind it was I lost my first child because of money. I was very, when I got married to my husband, we were very financially poor, were financially incapacitated, to the extent that I could not even have transport or even money for normal, regular antenatal care. So it affected me. Uh, if I had had some privileges or some incentive packages that hospitals make out, it would have been very easy for me. So it was that actually propelled me to see what could be done for others that happens to be in my shoe because I know I'm not the only one in the shoe, and a lot of incidents keep happening. So that was the propeller that, or the stimulant that triggered for me to start setting up a platform called Ethical Healthcare. It's a telemedicine platform. Myself and my team actually started with hackathon competition set by this. For the virtual assist role, it was also a challenge that triggered the need to find a problem to be resolved. The I just like I said earlier, I'm a virtual assistant tutor at Case, and we keep graduating skilled virtual assistants, but they don't have a place to test out their skills because of either employers seeking for experienced persons. But how can they gather those experiences if they don't work? You know you can actually reason it. So that was also the reason that triggered the Vapro agency. We started connecting them to companies to work as a volunteer, which is free, and some also running term, which is either paid or free. But the target was to get them develop hands-on training and gather real life experience, which will give them a leverage to work search. All this started last year, and we have a big community now. For the agency, for the modeling agency, we started way back when I was in the university in 2005, 2006. I used to model. So I model for Imo State, Miss Into. I also model for Afric Model. Um, was I think Afric Model was managed by Gideon White. The head office then was in Abuja. I was schooling, I was modeling. And the more pay was actually more, but I was also finding it very stressful because imagine when you're an adult and then they are teaching you how to handle book, how to read, how to walk, how to do a lot of things. So I was saying it's not better we actually start this modeling at a very ripe age from the age of 8 years to 16 years, when it and which is almost like the base for child character formation. The moment you set it straight, then a child can actually pick up and then start his work. So these were actually the reasons, the problem statement that triggered a solution. So that was how all these three agencies came to be. Um, Today we're going to talk about navigating the remote work landscape. I wish I could see the people I'm actually talking to. If you can on your cameras, I will genuinely appreciate it. I don't like talking. It's as if I'm talking to myself. If you can on your camera, please, I would appreciate that. I'll feel the sense of talking with human beings. Henry, if you can put it in presenter mode, it will also be appreciated too. The slide. No, that place that we have a slideshow, you're going to see a drop down arrow. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, can we on our videos? Um, yes, it is. Okay.
Okay,
So
sorry, I'm on my camera, but it's telling me that it cannot start for an unknown reason. So that's why.
oh, who spoke up? Who spoke up? What's your name? I need it to be a bit interactive because if it's not, then it's as if I'm talking to myself. I can actually give us a record. So it would be
Okay.
very interesting.
All right. My name is Chukwemeka Noble.
Okay, Chukwemeka Noble. I can also see Daniel. Please, Daniel, can you introduce yourself proper, who you are and what you are, so that it will be a very beautiful journey for both of us. I can no, you need to unmute yourself, Daniel. I can even see that you're ready for your virtual assistant journey. That's a good one.
All right. Good.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Daniel Ikpeme. I am into tech. I'm into tech. I'm studying in Imo State University in Nigeria here. Yes. Good. So, I'm a UI UX designer. I'm a video editor. So I said, let me join this platform.
Wow, that's a good one. Because all of us, we already know what virtual assistants mean. Virtual assistants, any assistant that you can offer remotely. It can be UI, UX, can be graphic design, it can be administrative assistant, it can be data analysis. Whatever assistant that you can offer remotely is a good one. Okay. Now, like I said, our topic is navigating the remote workspace. We actually navigate through this remote workspace. Now, before you start the navigation, there are some things you also need to know. What are those things that's important of remote work in today's professional life? If you don't know the importance, you will not know how to navigate through it, and you will not also know how to explain it. So now, importance of remote work in today's professional environment. One, like the key points are there, flexibility and work life. Now, if you're talking about flexibility and work life balance, remote work allows employers to have greater control on their schedules. And this greater control also helps them in leading to improve work life balance. And this flexibility can result in higher job satisfaction or reduced stress level. I didn't tell us that I'm actually a contract staff at CSAAE as a tutor. Now I can work, see the flexibility. I can actually work at the office. I'm just like today. I'm working from home because today is Friday. My kids will be coming up early. So I'm not at the office. I'm working from home. I can work from anywhere. Now we also have increased productivity. Now because I'm working at my own pace, like I work for 10 plus with some company and it has a rigid time that will tell you you'll be coming in by 7:30, you come in to clock in, and then you'll be clocking out by 5. You'll be asking yourself, why all the whole stress? Why choking me? And at the end, how much do you get paid? Well, with this remote work lifestyle, I can actually work for somebody else and also work for and also work for other, which is actually what I'm doing. Now, for while I said it increases productivity, that studies have shown that remote workers often experience higher productivity level. Now, why are they experiencing this productivity level as in high productivity compared to people that are actually working on the inside? I will call it on-site level. It's because one, there are lesser distraction. Like I'm alone and I've targeted my work. It should be within the duration of when my children will not be at home and my husband and everybody. So you see, the focus is high. I don't have colleagues talking to me or trying to talk for me to start chit chatting or something. It's also good, but everything that has advantage has disadvantage. It's also not natural. Now, but it also gives you the ability to create a personalized work environment and reduce commute time. Now, for the access to global talent, now, we already know that companies now they hire the best talent from around the world, not limited by geographical location. I can work in Pakistan, like currently now I'm working in US, and I'm also working in Nigeria. Someone else can also be working in Germany, but you're here. Now, and companies hire the best talent from around the world, not limiting, as in geography is not going to limit you. Now, this diversity can also lead to more innovative solutions and a broader range of skills and perspectives. Naturally, I'm calling it a very myopic perspective of life because of where I grew up and the places I grew. I thought that was a general trend. But it's only when you step out of your border, you also see that those things that you take very rigid. So some cultures, some norms might not be very rigid with other countries. You now get to lighten your head and do some stuff. For the aspect of saving costs, all of us know that is even the major reason for the remote cost. Both employers and employee can save money. Employers save on office spaces and related expenses, while also employees save on commission, work attire, and meals. Like you see, I'm at home, assuming I'm at work and I'm going to be coming to work for 20 days in a month. You don't expect me to be wearing like 3 clothes all the time, or 4 clothes, or 5 clothes. But you see me now, I might have regulated clothes. I might just wear 3 clothes, change different, put badan on the collar and then change it. The most important thing is that from my thoracic area, you will see me and then we'll have a very good chat. Unlike when I'm actually doing the physical work, I have to check my attire, buy shoe, buy hair, fix hands, fix all of them. Then it brings a lot of cost. And you see that the money that will be coming in might not even be enough to cover those things and also cover your house bills and other bills that come with being an adult. Now we have environmental impact. Now, environmental impact can either be by combustion, like if you have reduced commuting and lower office energy, consumption contributes to a smaller carbon footprint, making remote work an environmental friendly option. Like when you go to the offices now, you see competition of generators, carbon monoxide, and so many other gases that fly in and fly out. It's not the same when you're working remotely. You can even charge your stuff and target the time to have your conversations, or even propel yourself, package yourself in such a way that it will help you and start working at a particular time that has been that you have charged your laptop. Like this morning, I didn't have any light at my house, so I had to step out to buy oil. Then before I could come back, they brought lights because I was preparing for the class. Only for me to come in. What I did, the first thing I did was to charge my laptop. My laptop used to stay for 4 hours, but because of probably over underusage from me, overusage from me, now it's only staying for 2 hours. And our discourse was planned for 2 hour section, so I had to save it. Now everywhere is quiet. If not, you'll be hearing pa 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 everywhere rolling left, right, and center. Now, outside the environmental impact, there's also adaptability and resilience. Now, organizations now adapt remote work practices expected disruption, such as natural disaster and global pandemic, and also ensuring business continuity. This one is already self-explained. We even use that case that happened during COVID-19 as a case scenario to actually get the whole overview. We have also what we call adaptability and resilience. I'm talking about, don't get it twisted, I'm talking about the importance of remote work in today's professional environment. Because if you know the importance, how you can how important it's going to be, then it will tell you either to go in or not to go in. Now, um, for the adaptability and resilience, now remote work options can help attract and restrain top talent, as many employees value the flexibility and autonomy it provides. Just like I am, I was asked to come in as a full-time staff at the place I'm actually teaching, and I rejected it. Why? Because I don't want to be tied, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm working at my own pace, at my own deep depth. You understand? The most important thing is that at the time you want something to be delivered and you get it done, and we're done, we're good to go. My former office, some persons into that one. We have also what we call improved employee retention. Remote work necessities. The use of various digital tools like platforms which can enhance employee technological skills and also improve their overall digital literacy within the organization. Now I will put it a little bit. It's just like me, by default, or will I say by nature, I I am a knowledge quest. How would I say it? I am this type that always seek for knowledge. I don't know the English that I will use to quantify it, but the thing I'm trying to hit is that I like to seek for knowledge, and because of that knowledge seeking, I want to read. I want to know more. I want to find out what is at stake, what is happening. What's the next thing to do. So it has now made me, I am somehow insatiable. So if I stay in a place for a very long time and it's the same routine, I get bored. So I want to find new things. So now for me, the traditional work style will not fit for me. It's only this pattern. So that when I work with this and I am actually bored, I can go for either fixed job or the paid one. Now, by companies can create a more dynamic and inclusive and efficient work environments that meets the evolving needs of modern workforce, whether they are company or us, whether they like it, we're still going to work. Now, but there is another thing that we also need to put in the growth of remote work. This remote work has already um, been in existence before I was even born. Um, who among us knows anything about the GitLab? Daniel, do you know anything about GitLab? Joshua, do you know anything about GitLab? Okay. Who else is in the room?
I said sounds familiar, but I don't know much about that.
Okay. Let me just share a little story about the GitLab. Um, I didn't even know about this until I told us that when I started is that we just floated a startup company. So it was in the process that we got to know all this little history. There are some things I never paid attention before about. Um, the company called GitLab is a well-known this DevOps platform that has been operating fully remote. I use the word fully remote since its inception in 2011. Over the years, GitLab has grown from a small startup to a global company with over 1,300 employees spreading across more than 65 countries. Now, their success is a testament to the potentials of remote work. Now, by embracing a remote first culture, GitLab has been able to track top talent from around the world. One, they have also reduced their overhead costs. They don't have to now pay for office, table, laptop, generator, well, maybe Wi-Fi. They have reduced their overhead costs and maintained high level of productivity and innovation. This example not only highlights the growth of remote work, but also demonstrates how it can be a strategic advantage for businesses willing to adapt to these new ways of working. Now, um, we have another one we call the evolution of remote work, how all of them started, the evolution of remote work. Remote work, just like I stated in the slide, is not a new concept. Historically, many professions evolved some form of remote work. We have the artisans, the farmers, and even merchants often work from home or on the go. And the industry revolution work to factories and also offices, but remote work remain a viable option for certain professions. But now we can also know that from this area, it's now went to another era of the rise of telecommuting. Now, in this telecommuting, the modern concept of remote work began in 1970s and 1980s with the advent of telecommuting. Now, advances in telecommunications technology, such as fax, these fax machines and early personal computers allowed employees to work from home. Now, companies started to experiment with telecommuting to reduce office space costs and also provide employees with more flexibility. Now, from that area, it also went to another era of digital revolution. Now, the internet revolution of the 1990s and early 2000s transformed remote work. Now, we now started having the high-speed internet, where we now start having email communications, cloud computing, made it possible for employees to access work-relatable documents. Now, I can actually stay here and share your files, we collaborate, work like a team. Now, from there, it went to the era of the gig community, that's the gig economy. And the gig economy, which emerged in the late 2000s, further accelerated the adoption of remote work. Now, platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, I think that's when they now came in, and Uber enabled freelancers and independents and contractors to offer their services remotely. Now, this shift allowed people to work on their terms and paved the way for a more flexible workplace. From there again, it went into now the general mainstream accepting it. Now, by the 2010, remote work was now gaining mainstream acceptance. Large corporations now began to offer remote work options to attract and retain their top talents. Like, if you like me so much and then you don't want to lose me, the next thing you do, you now start, telling me, okay, I can actually work from home instead of losing me entirely to another company that you're willing to pay. That was also when advances of collaboration tools such like Slack, which is a communication tool, Zoom for video conference, now stay here and actually talk to us, Trello for project management. Now made it easier for teams to work together seamlessly, regardless of their physical location. Now, it's also now moved again to the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, these are just the evolution of work history, evolution of remote work. Now, I don't want to dwell on it. We want to find out the benefits and the challenges of remote work. What are those benefits? The benefit for individuals and organizations. We have flexibility and work-life balance. What else? We also have increased productivity and employee satisfaction. We have cost savings for both employee and employers. Can someone help me with the last one? Can someone help me with the last one? Hello. Now, the individual. Okay, thank you. Now, for this individual success story, I'm going to just do like two case studies. We have this Lisa Johnson freelance writer. Now, this Lisa transitioned to remote work as a freelancer writer 5 years ago by leveraging online platforms and Upwork, like Upwork, LinkedIn. She built a successful career working with clients worldwide. The move has allowed her to travel, spend more time with family and personal interests while maintaining a thriving business. This is more like me. It's more like me. This woman, this Lisa, is more like me. Yeah. Anything that will remove me from my children is that is not what happens, or remove me from my family. Reason is everything that we're suffering, all the struggles we are doing is to enhance our families, to make them better. Then at the end of chasing the money and then you lose your family, then what else have you actually achieved? Because actually have an option to go a single life or to be a reverend father or to be a reverend sister. But I consciously went into marriage. So I should be ready for the things. And remember, we women, we are called the mother of the nation. If I don't train or train you well, you also come out with the hooligans and you produce because whatever I give is exactly what you're going to still give somebody. You cannot give out what you don't have. So, and this remote work actually is helping mothers natural or women have limited areas to come out to work. They also have limited access to some work. They might be told this is a male community or stuff. But with this remote work, you can actually stay at home, take care of your home. Can you hear? Hello? Where did you hear last? Okay. Can you tell me where? Okay. Now, we also have this another example that I want to cite is about the James Carter remote software developer. And after being laid off, he was removed from his work. James embraced remote work as a software developer. He upscaled through online courses and joined a remote course company today. But there is something I also need also pinpoint. There is no way you can actually run remote work if you don't have skills. You say you want to be a UI UX person. So what are those skills that are needed to make that area your needs to be better? You need to develop it. You say it's a graphic designer you want to be. What are those things that you need to make yourself to look better? Because every day the world is like a competing environment. And there was only unlike before I did not know. Because you keep increasing your skills. You hear me? Is it better? Okay. So I was talking about James Carter. I said James Carter worked as a remote software developer. That he initially, the place he was working, he was laid off. He went in and upskilled through online courses and joined a remote first company. Today, James enjoys a flexible work schedule and also is earning higher income and to work from anywhere, which has significantly improved his quality of life. Because if you do not have an impact you're making, it's like you're wasting time. When I started this remote work, when I was on the learning process, I will come in and I'll be learning. Remember this learning that you're doing, you're not just learning it for free because you're burning data, you're also burning time. And I wasn't doing something. I actually stopped from the work I was previously doing. So I was solely dependent on my husband. At some point, he asked me this question, babe, I don't understand this work that you're doing. This every day you're reading. What is this reading, yielding out for you? What is your results? If it's my former employer, I said, what is your result? Now, if you do not have a good result, people will think that you're not doing well. And everybody wants to be associated with something that is good and very positive. Now, another case study is about Emily Thompson. Emily Thompson is a virtual assistant. Emily started her own virtual assistant business from home too. And she started by offering administrative support services remotely. She also quickly built a client base of small business owners and entrepreneurs. Now, her remote work setup allows her to manage her time effectively and also leading to a successful and fulfilling career. Now, this one now we're talking about is about individuals, but we also have companies that are doing well. Companies like Zapier. Zapier is a connecting apps and people remotely. Zapier is a workflow automation tools that has been a remote company for a very long time, since I think 2011 too. Their success story includes hiring without boundaries and remote culture and a lot of things. Now we have the challenges and how to overcome them. We have the challenges of communication barrier and isolation. In as much that we have the good part of it, we also have the ones that are not so good part of it. Just like I am in the house all alone by myself, and I'm also having the challenge of isolation and loneliness. So the only thing I use sometimes is to, get myself overfilled with work so that I won't start feeling. And before you start getting lonely, the next thing you start having this, what they call it. There is one medical term that they used to call you feel something and you have one high imaginative power that somebody is there. It happens a lot to people that runs remote work, and sometimes it leads to depression. So you have to be very careful. We also have the challenges of time management and self-discipline. And when you're working alone and you're at your own pace, sometimes you tend to be undisciplined. So the self-discipline becomes hard. Like now, I have all the phone numbers of the pizza companies here in Imo State so that they can always come in and deliver. The moment I hit my money, I'll ask myself, my money is one time I go chop and make I don't know about tomorrow. You understand? So you'll be losing that self-discipline. And anything that you want, you ask yourself, is not my suffering. Even to make savings, you'll be making a lot of money. Be asking yourself, where are those savings going? And where are those money going? But assuming you're actually working with some team members and you're working in the office and you see them doing all this akawo or daily contribution one way or the other, you'll be forced to, not like you want to enroll to be part of it, because at the end of the year they'll be bringing bag of rice and only you will be just be there, and they're also earning the same thing that you're earning. So somehow that's the place that is also bringing both time management you might not really know how to manage your time very well because you feel it's at your own pace. You can do what you want. You don't have anybody that is close supervising you. You have also maintaining work-life balance. Sometimes it's not really easy. Like there are sometimes my work includes to my children's time to come to school. To get them becomes a problem. Sometimes I abandon them until I am done with work. So all these things also affect the life. And these are the people they are actually building the whole money from. Then you'll be asking yourself, where is now the future? Sometimes you'll be working and they'll be hitting at your door. Mommy, 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 one complaint or one of your sisters or brothers will just come in. Even when you have officially packaged yourself in working space in your home, there are always these distractions in life. We also have this cyber security and data privacy challenge too. Because remember, as a freelancer, what you're doing is just working virtually. You might not be that tech expert. You might be just on the level of tech enthusiast and then using it to make your daily incomes. You see challenges from VPN. You might not know how to control it. So, but for me, the way I'm actually doing it, all this data inscription, saving your data in the cloud with codes. Sometimes we run it with my teammates. I will advise on that one that because it's the one that is working for me. In as much that I'm working here, but there's no way I'm actually going to know everything. You understand? Also, there are some people whose passion are in that. So what I do is to have them as friends, collaborate, join communities, ask striving questions, and then they will help you, and it becomes very impactful. And you make them as friends, so that when it comes to something that you cannot handle, you can actually reach out to them. Know the basic troubleshooting, know how to navigate your internet space, because without that connectivity, you cannot fully work. Now we have tools. What are the tools and technologies for remote work? Because this remote work, what are those tools that one can actually use to very well? We have Slack. Slack is a messaging app designed for teams to communicate and collaborate effectively. Slack is also a communication tool. It's like your WhatsApp. It's also like Discord, but it varies from country to country and what they prefer best. Just like you having a video conferencing to like Zoom, Microsoft Team, and Google Meet. But it varies from the country that you're working with, what they need. Like US prefers Google Meet more than Zoom and Microsoft Team, while UK prefers Microsoft Team. So it depends on the people that you're actually working with and then the one that they need. Now, for this Slack now, what are those benefits as a communication tool? It enhances your communication and reduce email cluster and also centralizes project discussions. It makes can do your project there, um, collaborate with your teammates, even when they are in Russia or Croatia, people work effectively. Now we also have a Microsoft Team. Microsoft Team is integrates workspace for collaboration. Is a collaboration platform that combines chats, video meetings, file storages, and app meetings. It also encourages app integration. Now, we also have the benefit for this Microsoft Team. We have others that also have benefits too, but in Google Meet, you cannot message somebody. You can when you're messaging the group. But for Microsoft Team, it's a bit higher because you can actually message somebody personally without others seeing what you guys are having, the conversation people are having. It provides a comprehensive solution for also communication, and also for collaboration and productivity, especially for organizations already using Microsoft 365. Then we also have the Zoom, like I called out earlier, as a video conferencing tool. Zoom is a video conferencing and online meeting tool. Is widely used for virtual meetings, webinars, online collaborations. And what are those benefits for Zoom? We have is very reliable and easy to use platform for virtual meeting. and webinar, supporting a wide range of use cases from team meetings to large events. Now we have another one, Trello. Okay, we have the almighty popular Google Workspace, where you have different collaborative tools there, like the Google Map, the Google Drive, your cloud storage, and everything. These are just the tools that one needs to get ready before you can actually. You need to learn all this, know how to make use of it. Just like in the real world, you need to pass a file from the MD's office to from the MD's office to the CEO's office, or from the CEO's office to the HR. Now you go physically and you carry the file, but digitally, how do you actually do all those things? If you do not learn those one-on-one tools, know how to use it, you cannot effectively work in a digital space. So these are the basics of the things that you need to learn. You need to have an overview before actually entering into the workspace properly, because what you're actually going to be doing is just virtual things all through. Now, outside this video, you also need to have, even if it's just 3 of these tools that you learn, there are a lot of them. We have Zoho, we have a lot of them that are lined up. In the email aspect, we have Gmail, we have Outlook, we have Thunderbird, we have Zoho, we have a lot of them. But the thing, you don't need to learn all, because some of the features are somehow similar. The most basic thing is for you to learn 3 or 2. While I say 3 or 2, because the moment you're tech savvy, anything that you're giving, you can actually go through it. And the ones that you cannot go, always make sure that you use your YouTube. They are there. In fact, I don't think there is any challenge in the world that you can actually run now, and you will be doing, and then you say you don't know how to do it. Even when I was creating the website using WordPress, we were taught in class, but there are some things I did not get, either probably because of the tension or because of the time and everything. I had to go through the YouTube to actually get the knowledge I was looking for, and then I was able to finish my site, and it was a good one. So the thing is that you need to learn all these things. If you don't know how to make use of them, you'll be surprised. You carry your phone, and then you will now be pressing. You'll be pressing, and you also be wasting the data. You will not use it to make up money. You will not use it to gather knowledge, nothing. Now, we have project management tools. We have collaboration tools, class communication tools. You just learn it 2 or 3, is you're good to go. 2 or 3, you're good to go. You don't need to learn everything. Just let it be your starting base, so that even when you are asked to come for an interview, you can comfortably defend. And they ask you, what do you know about video? You can comfortably say, okay, I know this, I know this, I know that, but I am very proficient in this. At least the person will now say, okay, this person is good. And if you're tech savvy, you can actually go through what this tech savvy, just for you to have a brief knowledge of what technical or technology is all about, and how to navigate it. The ones you cannot navigate, don't just say you don't know. They are those ones that know it, they did not just wake up and just knew it. That's for me, because I believe I was empty before I started this journey. I didn't even know to the level of how to use Instagram. I didn't know how to use Facebook. But this period, I'm on another level. And after this our presentation today, I will still go higher, because the next time people will be meeting me, you still not see me on this level. So you keep going, you keep upskilling to make sure that you're evolving with the competitive nature of the world. Now, we have personal productivity and well-being. What are those personal productivity and well-being? The things you can invest as a virtual assistant or as a freelancer. Remember, when people always get it wrong. Whenever I use the word virtual assistant, they always think that I'm talking about administrative assistant. There are 2 parallel lines that can never meet. It's a wide range. The moment you're a virtual assistant, any assistant, like I'm actually assisting Henry to run something today virtually. He's an assistant. So anything that you can run virtually, online, remotely, is an assistant, is a virtual assistant. So there are some tools, the basic tools that one needs to have for you to actually function very well as a virtual assistant. And what are those tools? First, you need to have a very good chair, and not just chair. When they call it ergonomic chair, those ones that have armrest, balance well, you know, that your spinal cord. When I started with a kitchen chair because I didn't have money to buy all those things. If I use my kitchen chair, I would bend like this. My spinal cord will be paining me at the end of the whole stuff. Then from kitchen chair, I now upgraded to a plastic table that I bought for my children for reading. What I'll do, I'll now remove the kitchen chair, stay under it. I'm actually enjoying it because I still use that one up to today. So while I've already brought the ergonomic chair, you need to have a headset with mic. I think I brought out one to show us. You have to have a headset with mic. If you can have the wireless one, fine. If you have the cable one, fine. But for me, I prefer the cable one because of fluctuation. Because the wireless, there might be always be an obstruction either from wall, window, so many things that can obstruct performance of something going by air. Unlike when it's by wire, the obstructing nerves are there. It just goes straight, no interruption. Then another one, while you're still buying the headset, make sure that it has noise cancellation. That's the most important of them all, because it's not all the time that we tend to stay at a very cool place. Some of the time we can just have one or two persons that might come in to interrupt, but with that noise cancellation headpiece, it helps to conceal some of the noises and just only your voice will be heard. Then another thing is you need to also have is a desk. For the desk area, you have to choose a desk that is the right height for you, that will enable you to work comfortably. You know, when they say 90-degree angle when typing, remember in our maths, when something is curved like this, I don't know whether you can see my hand, like this is 180-degree. Then when it goes round, it becomes 360-degree. So just what you always use to remember is that let your arm be at this 90-degree. Let your elbow should be at a 90-degree angle while typing. 90-degree, I don't know whether you can see my hand. Then you also have your monitor positions. You place your monitor at eye level, just like I am placing it eye level. Shouldn't be above, shouldn't be below, just at eye level. Why are you putting at eye level? So that it can capture your shoulder to your breast level. Now place your monitor to not just only at eye level, let it be 20 to 30 inches away from your face to reduce strain in your eye and neck. Now, when we are saying 20 inches and 30, it might be a bit confusing. You can use the ruler, 30 cm ruler, and then measure out 20 or 30 inches there. So at least you can have an imaginative thing of what I'm actually saying. Then for your keyboard, you use an ergonomic keyboard and mouse to minimize strain on your wrists and hands. You consider a wrist rest if it is necessary. And if it's also possible, if you can also get what they call it, those wireless keyboards, so that you can actually stay comfortably at your armrest and then type whatever that needs to be typed. Ensure your workspace is well lit. Natural light is best, but if that's not possible, you can use a combination of ambient and task lighting to reduce eye strain. Um, there is something that I'm not bringing out that I keep forgetting. That's what I'm trying to, because it's very important that you also need to set boundaries. It keeps coming and then it keeps copying. The family and roommates, like depending on if you're working with them, you communicate your working hours and the importance of minimizing interruption during this time. Like my mom, she's not here in Nigeria, but we have timetable. Like I have timetable to call and she has timetable to call me. My whole family knows my time and routine. Anytime they call me outside my routine, they know that there is an emergency. I don't even need to think it too much. Then you also need to have this workspace rule. Establish rules for your workspace, such as keeping the doors closed during your working hours or using I do not disturb sign. That one works for when you're living with adults, but when you're living with kids, they don't care. But somehow, I'm actually seeing a different changes on my own children because all this experiment we're saying, you also need to put it into practice and know whether it's workable with your own. Before my kids just barge in, but the moment I go into the mommy, are you in class? Are you going to the class? I'll say yes. Next thing they'll say, okay, please be fast, be fast. I'll say no problem, I'll be fast. So they've actually started seeing and knowing when to come in and when not to come in. Then there is also a need for you to optimize your environment. What do I mean by optimize your environment? You have this noise control. I've already said it about using your noise blocking. That's using the noise cancellation. You have what we call the cluster. You keep your workspace clean and free from unnecessary item and tidy environment. You can reduce stress and also increase focus. Like I don't work well when everywhere is dirty. I just don't know. If it's not clean, I can't function. People will tell me, just leave it pass. It doesn't work with me. It has to be that clean or perfect. If not, it won't work. Then we have this what we call the personal touches, where you have to add elements like making your workspace comfortable and inspiring, such as plants, artwork, your personal this way you call it mementos, but these ones are at your own discretion. I don't have. I'm not a plant, a flower, a florry, whatever that they will keep back into the house. But however, avoid cluster. That's the major thought that could become distracting. Then we have another part that we talk about that is very, very important. I think the most important of them all is technology setup. Now, in this technology setup, we have what we call reliable internet. In this, you cannot function without a strong and stable internet connection to avoid disruption during virtual meetings or collaborative work. If you have the money, I would advise you use the Starlink. For now, I don't know about tomorrow, is one of the best, if not the best for Nigeria for you to work effectively if you're going into freelancing, but it's very expensive. As at today's cost is about 620 or thereabout, but it can give to a lot of people. If you have an office that you've set up for yourself that you want to stay there, you can actually, let people connect at a particular, fee so that they can help you make the payment. If you don't have, you can start up with our normal MTN router, not MiFi, because MiFi is actually good, but the speed, the band, what they call it bandwidth is very slow compared to router. Then we also have the equipment, like we use quality equipment such as good microphone. Just you see how my own was disrupting. I have like three, but the other two are not around. I thought this one was no, this one could serve the best purpose, but it had disgraced me. That's also one thing about this technology because you might be talking now, the next thing you have your laptop on. One of my laptops got one, just like that. I finished class the next minute, it couldn't on again, just like that only for me to be told that it's my board, my motherboard, and it's quite expensive. See me now. See that small money that I want to use to upgrade my life, I'll start going again to buy equipment. But it depends. Whatever it is that you buy, make sure you use a quality equipment. Either you're using quality microphone. If laptop do not have your laptop do not have good webcam, you can get another external webcam to attach it to maintain professional in your virtual interactions. Then we also have the software tools, like you get yourself familiarized. All these things is a gradual thing. I know I might, as I'm talking to you all now, it might be sounding too much, like too much information. But the moment you start somewhere, you'll be surprised. Gradually, you start evolving. You know A, next thing you want to know B. Before you know it, you keep what you keep, getting to know everything. So, but For the purpose of the class, these are the things that you need to get yourself abreast with and anticipate before you enter into freelance. And as long as you want to excel in freelancing job, you familiarize yourself with productivity, collaboration tools like Slack, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Google Workspace to streamline communication and project management, because I can't overemphasize. Imagine it keeps reappearing everywhere because these are very important software tools that we use on day-to-day work, day-to-day, back-to-back. Now, we also have what we call the physical and mental well-being. Um, for you need all these things to make your virtual assistant services or freelancing services um, to be in a very physical and mental good space. Now, you have to incorporate physical activities into your daily routines to counteract the sedentary nature of remote work, the quietness and the loneliness, the isolation thing. Even short stretches and walk can be beneficial. Like after this, I will have to stretch or walk down or do something just to ensure that my stuff are not stiffened, because another advantages of it is that as you age, your bones, your limbs, because of lack of exercise, it keeps getting rigid. Before you know it, it gets stuck. Then some people now call it arthritis. So you need to frequently exercise yourself. If possibly, you can even put yourself on a routine so that every morning and in the evening you can use it to exercise your legs, your arms, your finger, your ribs, and the rest of them. Then you also need to have practice for mindfulness or meditation to manage stress. Like since this week, I've been back to back on work, and honestly, I've been under stress. But sometimes you go into short, like 10 minutes. It mustn't take like the whole day. 10 minutes meditation to manage stress. You can inhale and exhale, or just close your eyes. You can zoom up for 10 minutes and then return back. Taking care of your mental well-being is very crucial for long-term productivity and job satisfaction. By focusing on this ergonomic, creating a dedicated workspace and implementing strategies to minimize distraction, you can set up an ideal home office and enhance productivity, comfort, and work-life balance. Now, but above all, in conclusion, you by understanding and leveraging the remote work landscape, students, solopreneur, entrepreneur, and startup can harness its benefit to achieve greater flexibility, productivity, and success in their professional endeavors. Before we conclude, I forgot to tell us, before you start up anything, first research what the industry cost is. It's very, very important, because if you don't, you will not know how to start. We have what we call entry level, we have what we call intermediate, and we have what we call expert level. Find where your capabilities is. You can research it just using Google search engine and then search, so that you know the global trends, so that you don't underprice yourself. You put yourself in a very low price or overprice yourself. Then when people see you, they will be running away from you. You can connect us here. These are my LinkedIn if you want to connect. So, any question? I just wrapped it up so that I won't overflow. Opportunity to ask me question. Let's have an interactive section, and if possible, off your this thing. I talked about trying to connect with the people that I'm teaching with. Like I'm teaching because we are having a virtual thing. If it's a physical meeting, we are going to be seeing one on one. But if it's virtual, you need to on your camera. It's very important. There is no way you can function. It's like I'm working with a faceless person. It doesn't work that way. You need to on it. I see you. We see each other. We talk. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, ma, for that wonderful expository. Let me officially introduce myself and what I do. And sorry once again, I can't on my camera. I don't know why. It keeps telling me that cannot use camera for unknown reasons. Okay, so my name is Chukwemeka Noble. I am a cybersecurity personnel. Just new in the system anyway. We started officially with the 3MTT cohort 1. And King Henry here is my technical mentor at KHC Trades and Integrated Services, formerly, but now KHC Trades and Technologies, I remember. Okay, so my question is this. You make mention of two companies that is using that operating completely virtually. And okay, I'm like, is it possible to build a company that can actually operate virtually without having any physical office? And how can that be done?
Is it without having any physical work?
Physical office.
Is there any other question? Or should I answer this first?
Yes, this is the question.
Yes, there is a way you can operate without a physical office. You can, don't you have home? All of us have home. We have a place we're all coming out from. Chukwemeka,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
you have a place you are coming out from.
Yes.
You don't need to hire a special place. That's what I mean in that aspect.
Okay. Okay. Well, maybe
So
let me rephrase it like this. Let's say I'm looking at building a startup that's going to have, let's say, a cybersecurity company per se. And then, can I build it? Let's say, is it possible to build every of my architecture on the cloud without having?
yes, you can. Yes,
Okay.
you can.
Okay. So
You
every
can, even
worker
on your
can just
website, you can
okay.
embed everything in your website. People will reach out to you. That's why you have international people who reaching out to you. International people means people outside the place you are. Now, are they going to come to your house to knock? No. They are coming to a site, your house that is in the cloud. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So you have to get all of them ready. Like us now, everything that we're doing is in the cloud. So either you get your site, you host it, you embed all the embeddables that you want to do there, and then you can now start generating those sites in your different communities. Like how we actually doing our own is like this one that we did is just because of time frame, I didn't have time. What I would have done is to paraphrase this, copy the link, embed it in our site's link, and then and send it to my community. They will not come in first and land first in the site, then before entering into startup grid site to actually be part of the program. So as they are coming in, you can actually use it to monetize if you want. You can also serve it as a free site. It depends on how you want to run it. So it's possible. I don't know if it was clear. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Yes, yes. Thank you very much.
I knew going further going further was going to cause more challenge. So what I did was now to calculate so that I won't be given a letter of service no longer required. I resigned, I stopped from the job. And then when I stopped, it dawned on me that I just stopped without actually having a second thought. Some people stop and make backup plans, but I didn't have any backup plan because they were mounting pressure. You need to stop, see your health, this one, that one. So I needed to. So I was solely dependent on my husband, and what he was giving to me as at that time wasn't enough. I needed more. This is someone that was used to earning how many thousand, and then all of a sudden I'm going to nothing, depending on whatever that is being given to me. So it now propelled me. That's why I said depends on your trigger. Different people have different intentions for coming into something. Maybe your intention for coming to read physics might be different from the intention for Henry, might also be different from Silver. So I had a focused intention. I needed the money. I already have a lifestyle, and the lifestyle I'm having now wasn't wonderful again. So I had to now put in the courses that people were supposed to do for 3 months. I did it under 2 weeks. You understand? And not just doing it, after having the courses done, I still had to disturb people to ensure that I was doing volunteer jobs. I wasn't asking for penny. So that I could just have those experiences to ensure that I have my real hands-on experience. These are some of the challenges our people are having now. Because whether we like it or not, I, Silva, cannot set up a company, and I want somebody who is naive to come and use my company to do a test run. And remember, if you do not have a test run, you cannot know whether you're capable or not. So the only way you can actually go in is if you can go and do all those volunteer jobs, you're not going for the money. Just ensure, have it in mind. You're going to have the experience so that when you're writing your CV, you are telling them that you're experienced in this. It doesn't matter whether you're 10 years experience, but the most important thing that you're experienced in this. And when they give you a trial, you come through. That's the most important thing.
Wow. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. So much, right? Thank you. That was really, really beautiful. I don't even know if I should still ask that last question. You know, I
No, you can. We still
okay,
have time.
okay, thank you, ma. So it was especially as just two things, especially as regards, this is startup grinds women's month. So maybe, and also, the state of the economy, trying to chase remote gigs or jobs are not really that easy. You apply and apply and apply and apply and apply and all of that stuff. So while you're chasing those stuff which may actually be able to pay you more, you need to eat, you need to take care of bills at the moment that may be pressuring you. So how do you think we are able to manage that? How do you think we're able to manage that? And what are the best advices you can give, especially as regards
Please, I didn't get your question. Would you rephrase your question? I didn't hear you well, or if possible, repeat.
okay,
What did you
I
ask me?
was I was talking about for our young persons that are looking into starting up careers, getting jobs remotely, right? And I also mentioned that physical jobs in this part of the world would almost literally drain you. There are jobs that will make you work 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. and all of that, which may not, when you get home, you're exhausted. We may not be able to give you the time to maybe get something that would, something better for your future. How do you think we can manage that? You need a remote job. Remote job will not just come suddenly. Sometimes you have to apply and apply and apply and apply and apply. So how do we use our physical job to be eating first before one remote job finally click for us?
Okay, I have two answers for this. In the first place, you're not supposed to apply and apply and apply and do not get, except if you're not applying well. I before I was in the space of this English that you're speaking, but now I don't believe it works again because for every application there is a procedure. And what I apply to ensure that I have an opportunity to be given, when I apply to you, I make sure that my application goes through, because it's only when the application goes through or the CV goes through, that's when an opportunity be given to me to explain how wonderful I am, how wow I am. Now there are procedures. Majority of our modern organizations now do not use manual; they use ATS compliance machine, and those ATS compliance machine they work based on how the settings, the way it's being set, either the number of adverbs or nouns that are imputed in the word. Now, when an advert comes to you, first look at those adverts, look at the keywords there. Ensure that when you're replying, you follow suit in the keywords. This will be a different a topic for another time. I think when we'll have time, we'll go in so that to ensure it's not just about applying, to ensure that when you apply, you get a response. If not, it's a waste of data, a waste of connect, waste of money and everything. Now, for the aspect where you apply and you don't get, probably because you don't know how to go about the application process, now, you already have the set skill. I've told you, and you need to eat. And the reason why you want to get those set skills are for you to use. You can start with the known and enter the unknown. What do I mean by the known? You can start with your neighbors, start helping them out. And the funniest thing is that the first person I used to start doing the practical was my husband. I'll tell him to give me a token. Now, initially, he didn't know my capabilities until when I started, even to create content for him. a treasurer for an old boys Holy Ghost College. So sometimes he will come in to make a speech, and they just call him for an impromptu speech. I will carve the speech using all this AI, and he will think I'm intelligent. He won't know that is machine that is helping me. Then I'll send it to him, and he will go there and use it for his speech. Now, um at the beginning he wasn't giving me, let's just be honest, we're going to somehow suffer. It's not going to be an easy job. But the moment you start getting known, because how you get known is, that's how you grow, is start growing from the known to the unknown. It's the known that will now make the referrals for you. I started with my husband, and my husband, his brother wanted to make a speech, and he was asking to contract people. He now told them, no, 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 that his wife can do it. When I finished making a speech for his brother went and made a speech. I did not ask for a token. He used his hand, and that gave me money, 5,000 as at that time. Then he's also in CMO. And the CMO, they always doing all these banner things. I now help them to populate. I started using the skills that I have to develop their website. That's our church website. I was our church lending account. I created the account for them, started making them to be known, to be visible. Before you know it, they start attracting more people. Anything that they do, I help them. From there, I asked them to bring in somebody. That was how they now start paying him. Anything now, they will call me. In fact, the first place of contact that I actually reach out whenever I have an advert is at the church. You see all the youth who want to come in to learn. What? Because they have seen the real life. Because you need to show a real life first. You need to run a practical on a free base for someone to have that, for you to build that portfolio and courage and trust a certain level before people now start bringing a token to you. Before I was a student, but now people reach out to me to help. Do you understand what I mean? I started on my own, free also. I wasn't paid. Sometimes they will laugh at me. So it's a stage. And when all these things are coming, don't feel bad. It's as long as you're focused, except maybe you're not serious about what you want to go in. Then after that phase, another phase will come in when you now start enjoying. It's like if it's in a graph, it comes like this. From the latitude, they start increasing, then it will also reach a place where you think you have known it all, and then you see yourself doubting yourself, you still decline, and then step up finally to become at that level that you want to be. So what I'm trying to explain in totality is that it's a gradual thing. You must start first by suffering. You cannot just learn a skill and then come into silver and tell me that you're good, I should pay you. No, I need to see some work. And then you have to start with the people that know you so that they can help publish. You can use them as a sample of your accomplishments, as your portfolio building, as your experience before you can now go to a place where they will not start paying you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, man. So, lastly, I would just love you to do one thing for us, just some form of, encouragement for the women, as the opportunities available and them taking advantage of it and bettering their lives, even starting up a business just like you freelanced and you made money, then you started off a business from it, Vapro, which is the main essence of startup grind. You know, discovering these opportunities and how to leverage on them in kickstarting a business or a startup. So I don't know if you can just do that encouragement for our women out there. Thank you, man.
Okay, thank you for for the business that you're talking about. There's nothing to encourage women for again, because everything is now for women. Women in tech, women in this. In fact, it's as if they are sidelining the men. And women
Thank you
empowerment,
for
women in this.
agreeing. I've been complaining about this.
Anybody that does not want to be useful now and as a woman is to the person's detriment, because virtually everything now is women, digital girls, the tech, this one, girls. Everything is now women. So it's not left for you to leverage on whatever opportunity that you have and then use it to grow. We have different platforms that are, if you want it on the scholarship level, women are there. If you want it on the free education, women. But what do you actually use those platform for is what matters. So there is nothing to encourage women now, because is the sun is already overblazing everywhere for women The welcome song is everywhere for women. It's not left for us to actually tap on the opportunity and build a potential, because this opportunity might not be available the next time. If you don't, the men will come back again to surpass us. Although I'm not feeling surprised by men, I'm in the same competitive space with them. We are all living in a symbiotic level. You give and take, you give me, I give you. Just like you help me, I help you. That's the work. If you get it here, everything becomes good for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I think we can call it a day. Thank you so much. You were really inspiring. Thank you so much, Ma. So, this
Thank
call, like
you.
we all know, was being recorded to be uploaded to our YouTube channel and shared across to our platform, our community on WhatsApp. So, this is something even I personally I will go through it over and over again. So much inspiring, so much inspiration. So, women, you've heard it all. There is already so much opportunities, so take advantage of it and better your life. So thank you so much, ma, once more, and we are so honored to have you with us, teach us and inspire us. God bless you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma, for this wonderful section. Thank you, sir, for this
Thank,
opportunity.
thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Noble, for staying till this time. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Please, can we take a snapshot? I forgot that. Can you help us take
Okay,
a
I
snapshot
did.
from there?
Just check the community, you'll see one. Check
Okay,
the
okay.
WhatsApp
Thank you.
community on it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would also send you. Okay, it's fine.